What's up, everybody? Today we are going to talk about again image and map covering implementation of some image processing. This is some image processing problem, and you might consider that as a real world problem, and actually it kind of is. And there are some cases where you like to use that the thing that I'm going to show you now. And here we are going to use color mapping scheme that we talk in the previous video, right? And we are going to cover the map of and the states locations of Mexico, okay? And then we are going to cover each state by its the virus case number, okay? The case number per 100,000 people, right? And we are going to map each case states case number to a color ranging from red high to blue like low, right? And this is the name and location of the states are gathered from this link. You can check that, and it says election. There was an election, and there are 31 states plus the capital district, and 32 we can consider as just there are 32 states. And the virus cases and data vector is from and my times, okay, this link you can check that. I will also add that in the description. Maybe I won't, actually, I'm not sure. This is like there, I don't know. Anyway, I won't use that. And the map also is just Wikipedia search away from, so I won't add that too. Anyway, let's begin, right? Let's begin. It's going to be fun, by the way. I can guarantee that. And you can even see how much I commented, even for the wait a sec, there was some problem, I guess. Okay, we read it and grayscale it, and okay, we cast that into double and right, show that image to me. Okay, this is like the image. You can check, by the way, for example, this is a state, right? And wait a sec. Okay, there's no problem. Yeah, for example, if there was some connection between them, that will be bad, because we here this region we consider it as being a state, and otherwise if there was some connection, right, white dot here in that location, right, it would consider this region and this region as one region, so we would get 31 state or region instead of 32, right? That would be a problem. And you can also check the location if there's some disconnect between them. If there are, you can use some manual processing. That will be actually annoying to you probably, right? Here, this is histogram. This is binary image, actually 0 and 250, right? Okay, right, double cast it into double. I don't know why I did that. I just did that already. Anyway, show that here. This is the image, okay, and threshold to get 0 1 binary image. Okay, I did that actually in, I mean, this is not necessary. Anyway, I'm going to do that anyway. All right, since after that deja vu, okay, yeah, we didn't use that at all, so don't consider that, right? Image screen, yeah, again, like for some reason I did that. Just plot a dot. Just put a random dot on the image. Okay, here this is the like Gulf of Mexico, I guess, or I don't know. Baja California is the name of the state. Okay, RNG, random generate, and this is the seed. We can use 1, 2, 3 as well, right? And for some reason I use bunch of points. Okay, let's run that. Wow, bunch of red dots. Here we can see Mexico map, right? Mexican map. And okay, and at this point the stage was really cumbersome for me, and I'm going to explain why. Because there are 32 states, although that is not by any means, it's not a lot, right? However, I don't know the name of the states, and I had to, kind of check the name of the states, and I written them down, and I also uh, checked where the location of that state is, right? And there was a back and forth was going on, and in the end, okay, in the end I was able to create some document like that. For example, here we can see there are 32 regions, right? And these are the name of that regions. And measurement, this is the dot, this came from the data vector, right? And I share the link, and this is the location, but not the GPS location or something. This is the, yeah, these are the locations. For example, let's check that. That's Baja California. Okay, this is the only region name that I know where the location is. For example, 600. Okay, all right, let's check that. This is the Baja California. Okay, and let's zoom in, right? And here we can see this point 60, 100. Okay, 60, 100 is an interior point of Baja California, the region number 2, I guess, right? Okay, and I just type that 60, 100, and for that, for example, I don't know even how to read that, so I'm not going to read that. Baja California Sur is another region, and I check the location of that using that website, and I memorize it actually. Baja California Sur, and Sur means south, so Baja California here and Baja California south is here. And for example, 120 and 220, right, in that is an interior point of that region, and I did that process over and over again to get that 32 location points. Here we can just make it a little smaller. All right, I have that, right? The worst or the cumbersome part, tedious part, was the determination of that location points, and again that came from that data vector from that website. And all right, let me get that. All right, where are we? We were here, and now we are. Okay, I just copied the 32 region interior point locations, right? Okay, and I was really excited about that process, and I that let me write commented something like that. All right, and there are again 32, and we created interior point location vector. All right, here, and after that, and while doing that, just to be sure, not that there will be a point, there will be some error we would get, because why are we sure of not getting any error? Because we check our binary image, and there weren't any, for example, unwanted connection between the regions, right? There were not a sliver of white connection points, right, which would cause program to or gray connected function to determine the two region as one region, one unified region. and we didn't have that, and we checked that because of it, right? And all right, let me just do, wait a sec, let me just assign them and then do that. Okay, here, by the way, the name of the states or the number, for example, Baja California number 2. Why number 2? Because alphabetically ordered, right? And that's why it is number 2. And Baja California Sur is like number 3. And there were some state names starting with A, and that's the number 1. And the number 5, I don't know which one is this, but this is the, yeah, that one. This one, this is the region 5. We are going to call it region 5. Okay. And you can do for 1, 2, 3, you know. All right, and let me make it bigger. All right, expand it. All right, here for number 5, region 5. Okay, here we can see that. All right, let me close that. We have talked about the tile layout function and its, you know, properties. All right, let's, yeah, this is area layout tensor. We have talked about that in the previous video, right? And there are again 32 states, and area layout tensor comprised of 32 binary images. 32 binary images. Okay, each one indicating the location of that region, right? And exterior layout. I got it. Okay, and by summing 32 binary, I guess, images, right, you would get, okay, I'm going to show what you would get. Yeah, you would get this 1 2 3 4 5 dot 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 32. If you know, sum all of them, you would get the whole country. Okay, and yellow indicates 1, right, and blue indicates 0 here in that case. Okay, that's how we were able to plot that. Again, we can see the, for example, it looks like, for example, there is some disconnect here, but we can make it, you know, larger, and yeah, now we are able to see there's no disconnects. And there is no disconnect. We can see that because we were able to generate that, by the way. Even for generating that image, we were able to, I mean, generating that image indicates that there was not a problem so far. Okay, and that's a good news, right? Okay, we have talked about that, that's why I'm not going to, you know, in detail no more, right? And all right, here, oh, here, this is our moment. But I guess I should make, you know, maximize that like 100%. And again, since this is the really big image and there are, you know, little smaller regions, it is really hard to see. All right, I guess you like to, you know, play some music backgrounds, La Cucaracha kind of, you know, sound. All right, anyway, so I'm going to make it bigger, by the way. I'm not satisfied with that that thing. Okay, as soon as I run this, all right, I'm going to click on here, right, something like that. Okay, or maybe here. I guess that would be better. I'm just training myself to do that. You know what? maybe. Yeah, I am. This is the time I am proud of myself. Seriously. Okay, I'm going to click on that, run this section, and then I'm going to maximize it, right? This is how smart I am, right? And okay, 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30, 31. Okay. 32, I guess. Okay. Alright, let's close that. That was a good experience, by the way. You should, have that sometimes. Plot to colored map. What is this? And this is for the outline. Okay. We have talked about this, so it is not new, right? Here, this is the, outline of the boundaries and states, right? Okay. And white background. I wanted to, outside of the boundaries, like the country boundaries, to be white, I guess, right? And RGB, I make it white by, assigning 1, 1, 1, right? All right, this here, country, and outside is 1, right? And also the boundaries are 1 as well. Again, this look deceptive to eye. Okay. And here temp RGB and sum RGB. Sum RGB is the summing all of the states on top of each other. And yeah, I remember what I did here. I just assign random colors to each state. This section basically does that, right? And let me, yeah, this is it. Okay. For example, we can do, or let me do something like that. Wait a sec. Here in the background you can use some music, right? Okay. All right. This is addictive for some reason. I'm enjoying this. Okay. Wow. Okay. Let me. Once in a while, everybody should do some, settings. And yeah, this is the, virus case numbers. Okay. And per 100k people, and there are 32 numbers, each for the given corresponding state. Okay. And here, this is a vector, right? And the minimum value and the maximum value, and what we would like to get here to have some normalized vector, meaning I want to normalize it such that the minimum value is 0 and the maximum value is 1, so that I would be able to use in generating RGB, in coloring scheme, right? And you would basically normalize something by subtracting minimum and dividing maximum minus, or the length, or the range. This is range, right? Range. Okay, you would subtract that minimum to make the minimum 0, right? And then just give that. Okay, let me run that. All right, plot the virus case number map. Okay, let me just do that. Here the same skin, only I just don't use random numbers. And here, since, by the way, before that, let me just not rush that. Okay, let's check that. And since there are 32 numbers, okay, let me, you know what, let me plot that. And maybe not like that. Wait a sec, let me generate scatter plot, right? Where is it? Okay, here we can see there are 32 numbers ranging from 0 to 1. Okay, that's great. And 1 indicates like really high number. Okay, and we are going to assign it to red color, right? And this is how I do that. some RGB. I do that to color the outside world white, I guess, right? And that's why I needed to have some RGB. This is the image that has all of the states in them. Okay, and right. I guess let me just try something. Let me try if I can do that. Yeah, that's why I did that. Because if you assign it to like not a number, or null, this is basically a null, right? Let me just like null. This is basically null or empty vector, right? And if you do that, and you cannot add null and some RGB, I guess there matlab was complaining about that, and that's why I, just to be sure, I did that. Okay, and here, but you can sum two images together, right? And in that case you would say, hey, but I mean, for region number one, you did that, like you edit 2 times. Yeah, you can, but if you add 2 times, it won't be a problem. However, I feel like now that I say that, I'm not sure about that, to be honest with you. If I equals 1, let me write that, and as, right, okay, I mean, now that I say that, I kind of get suspicious of that. Okay, now what we have, wait a minute, I wanted to I wanted to plot that. No, I wanted to assign that. Okay, and then now I want to, this is whole country plus the outside world colored white. Okay, wow, that's great. That's great. That's very great. Okay, so blue colors indicate smaller case numbers, and red colors indicate like higher case numbers per 100,000 people, right? Per people, per capita, I guess. And this is only the backgrounds. This is the backgrounds, and this is the whole map, colored map. Okay, and let me close that. And yeah, I just exported that image, and let's check that image. Wait a sec. What's that? Mexico colored map. Okay, where is it? Where is that? Mexico colored map. There's no. Let me export it here. Wait a sec. Can we write something like this? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. Can we? Would it result in an error? I guess it does. Yeah, I guess it does. Okay, so let's not use that. Okay, Mexico colored map. Showing Explorer and showing Windows. Okay, here, this is the image we generated. Okay, and again, you can use that for GDPs of the countries, mapping, or human development or happiness or healthiness index or something like that, and GDP per capita for every country or every city, every state, every province, something like that. And yeah, this is a real world application. You can use that in your website or something, right? You can use that in your, for example, published, I mean, some academic, publications, right? Okay, so we are ending with the, and also here you can see the width and height. Enumerate function is really has other properties as well. We would be able to assign the width on or height, I assume. I remember something like that. And we could use that as well on top of that. And so this is, yeah, this is the result we would like to get, and we got that, and I'm happy with that result. So okay, and thanks for watching.